Good morning, good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you are listening to the England Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. Roger, we missed you last week. You were away, but
Yeah, it was good to be away, doing some family stuff, but I'm back and ready to rock and roll with sports this weekend.
good. I was able to get Manali Patel to fill in for you, so went pretty good.
That's good, good.
Yeah, but we're back together this weekend. A lot to talk about.
Lots going on.
NBA has started, and
Oh, did it start for the Raptors or was it a late non-starter for the Raptors?
well, they won last night, so they're 1-1.
I know they got slowly out of the blocks,
Hmm.
but they figured it out.
Yeah, they figured it out. They won. It's not good to lose at home when you start.
By 30 points. To start the season, losing at home by 30 points is just unacceptable, but
Yeah,
they made up for it.
yeah, they made up for it last night in a big way. So good to see. Surprisingly, the Lakers off to a 2-0 start.
You know what? Maybe they get a little hype out of this father and son combination there.
Hmm.
Maybe they get a little hype and the vibes is good in the camp or something. But yeah, they're
Maybe,
off to a good start, unlike the Clippers.
yeah, maybe the vibe is good. They actually came from 22 down to beat
I know
Phoenix, which was really surprising.
it was it
Yeah,
was
guys like Kevin Durant and in there, you're
Booker,
surprised.
Devin
But
Booker. Yeah,
Booker,
I know to be up 22. They fell asleep, but the season just started, so you'll have some of this right now. By the end of November, you'll find out who is really doing good stuff or who is just lucky.
that's so true. It's just the beginning, and long way to go. It's what 82 games.
Lots and lots of games to be played.
Yeah, lots of games to go, and we will keep following and updating every week, and follow the Raptors right through, and hope they can get to the playoffs this time. And they're probably happy to beat their old coach Nick Nurse last
Yeah, I
night.
know. I know. It was a surprise victory, but you know what? I'm sure whenever they play Nick, they're going to be up for it.
Yeah, they're gonna be definitely up for it whenever they play Nick and Laurie. So
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
good win for the Raptors, and a lot of other things happening in the Formula One in Mexico this weekend. A big crash
Yeah,
by
Russell.
Russell. Yeah,
Yeah. I
it's,
don't know. Something's going on with the car, or is it the driver this time? I don't know, but yeah.
no, no. On the other hand, I think you know, Hamilton said his car is. He knows what's wrong with his car, but he don't know if they'll be able to fix it. He was seventh in the second practice, and
Yeah, yeah.
he said he knows exactly what they need to do, but will they be able to? I don't know.
Well, if he knows, then they should be able to figure it out. I mean, we have AI doing all this stuff for us these days, so make AI figure it out or get someone to figure it out if you
Yeah,
know the answer.
they should be able to figure it out if it's an AI problem. And yeah, it's he crashed out last week actually
I
in the
know.
US,
I
and
know.
it wasn't good. He did not even get to race really.
And that's not usual for him at all. But I think Russell crashed as well. So they had a lot of problems last week.
Yeah, there were four crashes in a row, from what I understand from
Yeah.
Mercedes. So,
Yes, yes, yes.
but
Something's not right.
last week Leclerc took a good win, and
Yeah.
Norris was penalized.
He's still pissed off about that, eh?
Yeah, he was penalized for passing on the outside, but he felt he was pushed out. So
Exactly.
yeah,
I thought he was actually. I don't know. What do you think? I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I thought he was pushed out really, and
Yeah, he's saying it's Verstappen that caused it.
yeah, I think he was pushed wide and he had to go off the
He
track.
had to. Yeah, exactly. And he got a penalty for that. It's crazy.
Yeah, and
And he wasn't happy. He's still not happy at all.
he's still not happy. But yeah, it's guess it's the rules and
Yes,
maybe nothing that he can do about it. But yeah,
not at this time. No.
totally not happy, and that puts him behind even more because Verstappen won the sprint
The
earlier.
sprint. Yeah, so he's widening his gap up front.
Right? Yeah, so he's gonna have to race this weekend to really
He's gonna have
make.
to win this weekend.
He got to win this weekend, yeah, to
Yeah.
make up for anything. But
Yes.
not sure how that will go. And qualifying later today.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. Let's
but
see if Mercedes figured out how not to crash.
yes, and these actually really look at the qualifying, but Verstappen, he was way down 19th position. He only had 4 laps, so probably something wrong with his car again. And
Yeah,
now it's still only had what he was practice. He had 36 laps, but he
yeah,
was down in fifth position. So
yeah.
yeah,
It's going to be an interesting race tomorrow for sure.
yeah, I don't really count the practices too much because I'm
No,
sure that just
we've learned that over the time that yeah, practice is practice, man. The real deal is something different.
it's something totally different. Yes, I'm not really too concerned about those things, those
Yeah,
results, and what happens there.
true, true, true.
So we will follow the race, follow the qualifiers today, qualification, and see how that goes, and follow the race tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. You want to see if Lando can do something different this time.
Yeah, I'm hoping that he can.
Yeah,
Like to see a good contest. So
I want it to be close. Even if he doesn't win, I want it to be close.
yeah, so he just wanted to get there, get it close, and hopefully, some coming down to the end that there's something to look for, and not just a one-sided.
One-sided, yeah. It's not so one-sided this year, although Verstappen is a clear leader, but it's not a runaway leader, and he can be caught by more than one person actually. So
Yeah, he can, and they all are going after him for sure.
yes, yes, and he's not driving so well, or his car is not that great anymore. So they really have a good shot to overtake him.
The other cars are catching up most likely.
Yes, they are. About time.
Yeah.
It's about time they caught up with him.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll follow and we'll keep you updated on that.
Sure,
And
sure.
I've been following any tennis, Roger, this weekend. I haven't really.
I took a look at it because I saw that Swiatek is no longer the world's number one. It's now
No,
Sabalenka.
yeah, it's Sabalenka. Yes.
That's a big move. I mean, she's fantastic, but I'm surprised that she found a way to be number one. But she's a
Well,
really good player, so well deserved, I must say.
yeah, she's won a few championships. She won recently in China. So
Yes, yes.
and Swiatek is not playing, and
No,
and
she's changing. She's too busy changing coaches.
yes, and also the U.S. Open champion.
Yes,
She was so yeah, got her some moves there, and I think Coco is back up to number 3, if I'm not
yes,
mistaken.
she's right there. And
Yeah,
I'm hoping by next year this time we'll say Coca Golf number one.
I'm hoping she will be. She looks happier now and
Yes,
been playing pretty good tennis. She won over in China as well,
yes,
and
she did.
yeah, so it was tough to win back to back. I think. I mean, people were expecting her to win both, but it's always tough back
Tough,
to
yeah. You know what? When she's in form, people expect her to win all the time.
every time she goes on the court.
But yeah,
Everybody, yeah,
it's a lot of pressure. But I mean, if you want to be number one, you have to learn how to deal with that pressure.
yes, you have to. But in the men's side, there's a tournament going on in Basel, in Swiss indoors in Basel, and a Canadian Shapovalov, he's
Yeah.
out. He lost close one.
He started off like he was going to do something special, and then he's out.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of that game. He looked pretty good, and
Yeah,
he's out. And Shelton also a winner yesterday,
yeah.
the American.
Yes, big show.
Tsitsipas actually losing to Phils, which is a bit surprised. But Tsitsipas has not been playing the greatest tennis of recent
Uh,
years. So,
he's
yeah.
not in good form right now.
No, and Shelton and Phils are playing, and Shelton won the first set 6-3, but he's down 4-5 in the second.
Close
So,
match. Close match.
yes. And so there's some tennis going on for the tennis fans who want to go and look at those.
Tennis. There's
That's-
another tennis story though that caught my eye because
Hmm?
the former Manchester United striker Diego Forlan from Uruguay.
Oh, yeah?
He's 45 years old and he retired from football in 2019. So he's a big old man, but he's going to make his professional tennis debut
What?
at 45. Like, oh my God.
I
So
didn't
he's
see.
going to play an ATP doubles event in his Uruguay this month. So, you know what? Never too late, Ingle. Who knows? Maybe you and I could start playing
Um,
tennis at this age.
yeah, we can probably come back and play some tennis. So it's not too late for Serena to come back and try and
Not too late either, if you look at it that way.
to
At
get.
45, like,
uh,
wow.
I mean, at 45, you're telling them you're retired, go play in the Masters. So
Exactly.
senior event or something.
I know, but it's interesting to see because he was a good soccer player, right? He played for Man U, so
I
big
guess
name player plays for Uruguay, and now he's trying to make his name in tennis at 45.
tennis probably been his passion, and he's
Maybe
following it. So wow,
no matter the age is just a number for him. He's following his passion.
yeah, that's something to watch and something good actually,
Yes,
just to see. Wow,
see how well he
that's
does for
yeah.
sure.
Let's see how well he does for sure. And anything else you want to talk about before we get into some cricket and some track and field?
Just a quick look at what happened last night in the World Series.
Oh yeah, the World Series started with Dodgers, yeah, and the
So
Yankees.
I'm usually a Yankees fan, but too many of my friends are going with the Yankees, so I said I'm going to be a contrarian and go with the Dodgers, and they made me proud last night.
Yeah, they they did. They played pretty good actually.
Yeah,
They
they got
6-3
they got to the 10th inning. They had to go extra innings,
overtime, extra
and New
innings. Yeah,
York went up one and was up 3-2, and the Dodgers came from 3-2 down at the bottom of the 10th and
it
taught them a
was
lesson.
yeah, a grand slam and the home run,
There you go.
and they had a walk off home run too, right? Didn't they?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, first
It's
time in
going to
the
be an
history.
interesting series, though.
Yeah,
I'm not sure who you like.
and I was actually going with the Yankees.
There you go. Everybody else say, yeah, I'm going with the Yankees. I'm
Everyone's
like, you
going
know
with the
what? I'm going to skip the Yankees this time. I'm going with the Dodgers. I'll be the
Yeah,
lone wolf out here.
yeah. I was actually rooting for the Yankees, but I still think they can come back and win, but it's
Oh, yeah.
gonna be a good series,
Yeah.
for sure.
So the game was in LA, right? So LA is at home. So they're sort of expected to win, right?
Yeah, the Dodgers. I was listening yesterday to one gentleman talk about the Dodgers. I didn't realize the Dodgers used to be in New York at one time as well.
A long time
That's
ago.
a long time ago, yeah. Because he
Yeah.
said he's an older gentleman, and he said, yeah, you remember when there used to be like a Subway series? Like I didn't even
Yes.
know that.
Yeah, that's the Mets and the Yankees. In my era, I don't know what it was in the previous era.
Yeah, that's what I didn't know. That's why I had no clue about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Mets and the Yankees. When that Subway Series plays, man, all of New York gets shut down.
Yes, all of New York is closed for sure when that happens.
For sure.
Just a story on golf actually.
Yeah.
It's seniors golf. There was a Tim. Was it Tim O'Neill? Tim O'Neill.
Hmm.
He he claimed his first PGA. He's a uh, black golfer, and
Oh,
he won the PGA Senior
oh, congrats to him.
Champions Champions Cup. Yeah, he did, and I was actually never heard of him before until that
No,
day.
neither have I.
Yeah, yeah, he's played some. I guess he played. He's born in the U.S. in 1972, so he's not. I'd never heard of him even playing on the circuit. You heard of
Circuit,
Tiger and
yeah.
all these guys, but apparently,
Never heard of
he's
it.
he played at Jackson State, had a decent
Okay.
amateur career, and it was amazing because I was watching those game that golf tournament, and I didn't.
Hmm.
He was behind quite a bit in the first round, so I
But he
didn't.
found a
When
way
I
to come back and win.
when I woke up in the final day on Sunday and I saw he was leading, I was totally
Like, what
shocked.
happened here? Where did you come from?
Yeah, so I was totally shocked, but a lot of praises for him.
Yes,
And
for sure.
just perseverance, and he really paid off. You can see the tears of joy when he
Can you imagine? Can you imagine at that age to win your first big title? Hopefully,
first
we
big.
can hear a lot more about him going forward.
Yes, hopefully he'll do because he played very well. And he said he's always been there and thereabout, and then he
About
just started believing in himself and knew that one day he can do it. So he
the
did.
power of confidence, eh?
Yeah, and that is so
Confident
good.
that you can do it and you believe in yourself and you put it out there and you have a real shot.
Yeah, yeah. So it was good to see him win, and yeah, it's a lot of golf is going on right now, but mostly in the European area, in
Yes.
Japan and in Europe.
Yeah.
So the Zozo Championship is going on in
Hmm.
Europe, and that's where I think Tiger Woods had come back and gotten his 82nd win to tie Snead.
Yes.
Yes, so some people argue about that in golf, saying that Tigers are all individual, but five of those wins was for Snead, was Sam Snead were actually team
Team.
wins.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah.
So some people argue and say Tiger is actually the one with the most
He
wins.
is he is the individual winner.
Individual winner,
Yeah,
correct,
I totally agree with them that you can't put a team win as a win when it's
right,
an individual sport.
correct. Okay, Raj, if there's no other sport we're going to talk about, we can get on to some cricket. You're listening to the England Roger Sports Hour on Love Bay Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. And where you want to start? You want to start with the biggest upset for a long time, maybe? New Zealand beating India.
Yeah, we could probably start there. That's a good place to start. I mean, it doesn't happen very often, so it's a good place
In-
to kick it off
Especially in India,
in
where,
India. Yeah,
where the
other
pitches are really prepared for the Indian bowler.
Indian bowlers. I was a little well, I was a
It
little more than
backfired.
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, the first game at the bowler for 46, I
Yeah,
said, okay, well, that was a gamble that they took because it was overcast. They decided to bat. But then for New Zealand to come back and win again.
yeah, that's the part that it's like, whoa, what's going on here?
And, Mitchell Satner, he had six, he had seven in the first innings and then six in the second inning.
Second, yeah.
So it was not a fluke then. They're not playing him well.
No, they can't figure him out. All
Yeah.
of a sudden, I'm a little surprised at that, but yeah, they can't figure him out.
Are we starting to see the end of an Indian run
I'm
era?
wondering, you know what? I think they're trying to bring in the younger ones and try to make some changes to have a balanced team. So even if the top guys are not there, they're still good enough. But I think, the top guys are getting older and the guys coming up are not like the West Indies where they're inconsistent, but they're certainly not as consistent as the older guys that are getting old out of the game now.
Yeah, it's not often you see Kohli go to a series at home and fail like this.
And I never seen it before. That's like, what is going on here?
Rohit Sharma was basically a disaster.
He
you
didn't
know,
show up at all. He might
showed
have
up
really
and
stayed home.
down. Yeah, and these pitches are normally made for Ashwin and Jadeja to spin out the bowlers, but it wasn't even Ashwin who got the wickets. It was Washington Sundar who got the
So
wicket.
there, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so India not looking as invincible as they
I
normally do.
wonder if they took them for granted or something that it could never happen. I don't know. Maybe they went into the wrong attitude.
Maybe, especially and you said you go back to the first test, and it was we rained out the first day.
Yeah,
They knew the grounds was not in the best conditions, but they didn't want to bat last on that pitch,
pitch.
so
Yeah, they went first.
they went first and they got bowled out for 46 in an overcast condition with the fast bowlers actually got the wickets that time.
Yeah, yeah,
And then they've just been outplayed. There's nothing
yeah.
else
That's the part that is knocking me. It's like, okay, I mean, I can see you have a bad innings, but they were actually outplayed this over. It's like, wow, at home.
at home. And especially surprised because of New Zealand coming off a bad loss against Sri Lanka. So I was
I
surprised
know.
this happens.
Yeah,
And I actually woke up sometime in the night and I turned on the TV and was watching India chase. And they were going at 6 runs and over at one stage.
yeah,
Like you
yeah.
think it's a one day game. And they just it was just something to watch to see how they were going at it. And Jaswal, he had 77 in 65 balls.
I know.
And then Shubman Gill looked good with him. He had 23, but then once Shubman Gill got out,
That
you
that
know,
was it.
that was it. There's a little
Yeah,
resistance by Jadeja in the end, but
and yeah, yeah. I thought Gill would have. Well, if he stayed, I think they would have had a good shot.
they would have had a good shot. And first innings first test match, I watched Safras Khan and Raja, I don't know, may get killed for saying this, but probably one of the ugliest batsmen I've seen. When I said ugly, I mean ugly in stroke play.
Yeah, yeah. He's
But
unconventional. Is that what you want to say?
conventional, yeah, that's the word, yeah. And but he's successful. He's averaging over 70 in first class cricket. He finds a way to score runs.
That's the thing. Nobody knows what he's gonna do.
Right. Yeah,
They can't figure out what he's gonna do.
he's such a story actually because he played for Mumbai, got dropped,
Yes.
went to another province and started scoring runs, and Mumbai picked him again, brought him back,
Yeah.
and then he got selected for India.
India. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's not the orthodox type of player, but
No.
He sticks around and he scores runs. And he got 100 in that first test. It was amazing to watch him.
Yeah, yeah.
His
Well,
celebrations. It
I
was
wouldn't
just,
say amazing, but it was interesting.
well, to watch his celebrations to
Exactly.
100.
Exactly.
He was running around, the
Yeah.
field, and it was,
I felt it for him though. I mean, you know what? This is a big victory for him.
yeah, it was a big,
I'm sure a lot of people see him and say you're not going to make it, and now
yeah,
he has, and now he has, big time.
that's exactly what he's saying. That he's made it, and he's got 100 test cricket,
Exactly. There
and
you go.
he's gonna make more because he's so unconventional that you don't know how to bowl to him.
You know exactly, exactly. He's a mystery.
Yeah, he is. He's
You
a
can't figure it out.
yeah, and
Uh,
good for him. And
good for him for sure.
one more test to go, but New Zealand two up.
They're they have won.
They've won the series.
Series is, yeah, they can fall asleep and they still win the series. So and they know that.
Yeah, they know that for
So,
sure.
so India probably playing for pride now,
Yes, and
but they don't want to get swept.
they'll
So,
probably come
at
very.
home,
Yes, they'll probably come very tough the next one.
they're gonna have to.
Should maybe they should fix the pitch for the fast bowlers and let Bumrah do his thing.
Maybe, maybe.
So yeah, but the other series going on in England and Pakistan won that series from behind 2-1,
I
and
was a little surprised at that too. You know, I thought England. Yeah, I don't know.
England had no answer for the Pakistan spinners, and I don't know if you saw the preparations for this, of the pitch preparations for this test match.
Well,
Like I've never seen in my life they had used two huge fans on the pitch
oh,
during the preparation. It was a very unusual type. They used fans. They used a line marker and made lines down the pitch.
really? No, I didn't
Yeah,
see
it was
that.
totally unconventional, as you said earlier.
Yeah,
Type of preparation on a pitch. It was really, really, really surprising to see this, and everyone was making fun memes of it, of these big fans there on
fans.
the pitch. Yeah, but yeah, there's pictures all over of these big, huge fans where the players are inspecting the grounds and these big fans behind them.
Behind there.
I don't know if I don't know if they're trying to say that the place is so hot that they needed to use them to cool it down.
I don't know what the message is, but they're certainly trying to send a message.
They did, and it worked for them because again,
Yeah,
they played spinners and only spinners bowled for Pakistan in this test match.
I noticed that. I noticed that. I have a little I don't know if concern is the best word, but I don't. Is it good for cricket? I think it's out of my
Well,
question.
that's my thing. I was thinking that looking at this, it's not good for cricket, and it's not how you expect to see test matches. You're
Okay, no,
accustomed to seeing the new ball with fast bowling,
fast
good fast
bowler,
bowlers,
exactly.
but now when you have a new ball and spinners are doing the
Start
thing,
with a spinner, and the spinner is
that's
getting a lot of bounce and turn.
tops and turn. Yeah,
It's like,
that's
wow, that's not how cricket is supposed to go.
no. The spinners took out 10 wickets in the first inning, all the
President,
innings.
yeah,
6 wickets.
both.
Yeah, 6 wickets for Sajid Khan in the first innings, and then Nomad Ali came in.
Yeah, in a second. Yeah,
Yeah, so I think it's just a matter of yeah. So I don't know what can be done because nothing can be done. It's just a team
that
selection, and at your home you're gonna take advantage.
that's the problem that I'm seeing. You know, I was saying, okay, let's see if Joe Root is going to do something, but he couldn't. I mean, this is bigger than him. But yeah, I was a little concerned about the game if this is what's going to happen. I mean, you know, we're going to talk about it next, but Sri Lanka, the same thing. You know, it's like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
what's going on here? You know, you
So
can just win a series if you want.
you
Let's fix
can
the pitch.
once you're home.
Yeah, let's fix
I
the pitch.
mean, England, Pakistan, England. Just to go through some quick scores: England 267 in the first innings,
Yep,
89 for Smith, 52 for Duckett, and then Pakistan 344.
44. Yeah.
Yeah, 134 for Saad Shakil,
Yes.
and so you have spinners actually. Riyam Ahmed. England played three spinners also, but it didn't work for them.
It's not that pitch wasn't for their
But
spin. But maybe yeah, yeah. We always look at that, but I think Pakistan has better spinners than the Englishmen.
and yes, and then second innings, England is 112, Giroud 33, Harry Brook 26, but nothing else really.
I was
Six.
surprised at that low score, though.
Yeah, very surprised to see that low score. I thought they would do much better.
Yeah, yeah.
Norman Ali 6 and Sajid Khan 4. So 37 for 1. Pakistan won this match, and a very easy win for
Easy,
Pakistan.
easy win.
And
It
they
didn't look
won.
that way after the first innings. I was like, okay, but then England just couldn't find a way to make 200 in the second innings.
Pakistan now look justified for leaving out Babar Azam.
But that's a shocker for me because I thought England would have walked away with this and without Azam there. Because for me, he's one of the best batsmen in the world, and when he's out there, it
Yeah,
makes a huge difference. But he wasn't, and they still won.
they still won. And they actually said they didn't drop him. They said they rested him. But
Well, they're not going to say that
they're
he's
not
a
going to say
superstar. They're going to say they dropped him.
they dropped. Exactly.
So
So, yeah, so we'll move on to some ODIs. West Indies and Sri Lanka. The T20 series went to Sri Lanka, and as you said, after West Indies won the first one quite handily, Sri Lanka decided we have to change the pitches,
and they did.
and they
I
did.
thought the West Indies should have figured a way, though, to tell the truth. But I mean, I don't know what to say. I'm not there, but
I thought so too because I thought that they should have realized, okay, it's a spinning pitch now. But West Indies seem to have this formula that we're going to use fast bowlers, and they just don't change it.
so I mean, I was a little well, not concerned is the best word, but I was a little confused how Darren Sam is like saying he's proud of his boys. They did well under the circumstances because the pitches were this or that, but he didn't change his formula to face Sri Lanka. They changed. He didn't change.
Exactly, when you saw Chase did well, and they left the spinner was Moti, and
Yep.
Chase did well. So you should have realized, okay, maybe play an extra spinner in this.
There you go.
Yeah, but they didn't do that.
They didn't do that, and then and they got battered.
They
So
did. Yeah, and they lost. They haven't won a game since the first one. They
they
lost.
just won 1 out of 5, I think it is now.
Yeah, because it's the last game was rained out today. Sri Lanka was looking good. They were 81 for 1 in 17 overs. And a bit disappointed because I would have liked to see Joel Andrew in his debut, the young,
Debut. Yeah,
third youngest to play for West Indies.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
But are
so
we concerned about the bowling for the West Indies because
there is
they
a
did
concern.
they
There is
didn't show up
a
at
concern.
all?
When you look at Alzari, Josephine, your best bowler right now, and Jaden Seals, he struggles in
Yes,
in one day cricket.
one day. Yeah.
I thought that for this game I would have seen Shama Joseph come into this game.
But he went back home for personal
Oh
reasons.
yes,
They
he
said,
did
but
go back home. You're right. He did go back home for personal reasons. But Jaden Seals has not been good in one day
no,
cricket. He's been good in test match, and he's more of a test match bowler. So
he is. He is.
I think West Indies need to figure it out. And they've missed some of the top players, but I think they have good enough team.
They
And
had a decent enough team, in my opinion. But I mean, back to these top players missing now. So I watch this TVJ guy sometimes, and he's saying you play T20 for 3 hours and you make 5 times the amount of money you make for playing a 50 over one there.
yeah,
So why would you play the one there? I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but is that why the big players are now missing?
I think so. But if you look at West Indies, probably need to make up their mind because if you look at the other countries, they like Pakistan, for example, they stopped their players, and West and England are now saying they're going to stop their
Oh,
players from playing in other leagues except for the IPL.
yeah,
So West Indies can, but there's some talk or there's some people who I'm not sure if it's 100% perfect. True.
yeah.
I know there's some people who say that West Indies get the percentage of what the player makes,
Oh, they do?
like not from the player's salary, but if, for example, if a player gets 100,000 for a tournament, then West Indies, the organizer has to give West Indies a 10%
Oh,
equivalent.
really? I
Yes,
didn't know that. That probably explains some of the things that we're seeing
that's
here.
what I've heard that I know some countries do ask for money for
Okay.
overseas players once they get in. So it is possible, but
Wow. I didn't know that.
it is quite possible that that happens. I know in the GT20, some of the countries did ask for payment for their
Oh,
players.
really?
Yes, so
Interesting. I didn't even know they could do that.
there they can do that, and so now Pakistan has decided the players cannot go,
Yeah.
and they allow them to play maybe just two tournaments, pick two tournaments.
And go, yeah.
And
That's not a bad approach, in my opinion.
I think so. I think it's only the West Indians that you see, and the West Indians argue and say that they don't get paid enough.
They say they have no money in the West Indies, so I got to go make my money on my own.
Yeah, but you get burned out, and there must be you make enough money, and there must be some sense of pride. You play the big ones, IPL, I could understand.
Yeah,
Maybe PSL, those are two big
two
ones where
big
you can
ones.
make
Yeah,
money. But some of these players playing some little tournaments that don't make sense to
don't
me.
make sense. It's just
Like,
they're going after the money. It's all about the money.
yeah, the T10s and
Yeah,
the weekend tournaments in the US
US.
or
Yeah,
whatever.
apparently a lot of them are going to these US tournaments.
Yes, a lot of players go to the US tournaments over the weekend. They
Wow,
make a good dollar over the weekend just by going and showing up. So,
I know, I know.
and they can do their shopping, right?
That is true as well.
Yeah,
That's for sure. That's
yeah.
one of the perks.
That's one of the perks. They get a vacation and they do the thing. So, yeah. But those weekend, it's almost every weekend now.
Sure.
There's a US. You know they have the Major League Cricket,
Yeah.
and then now there's a US Premier League starting next month,
Oh boy.
and then there's a US Open in December.
Wow.
There's Atlanta Open. There's Los Angeles Open.
Oh my God.
So there's so many different tournaments in the USA.
Lots of options and lots of places to go and play.
Yeah. So every week, every state now seems to be having their own
They're
competition.
in competition.
Yeah, and this,
It's not a bad thing in some ways, but it's not a good thing in terms of the amount of players that can play good cricket in so many tournaments.
yeah, I I think it's a very good. I think it's a good thing for some players, but not. It's not very good because they get burnt out.
Yeah, they're gonna get burned out. I mean, they're gonna make some money. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you follow the Jamaican part of it, but Nkrumah Bonner,
Hmm.
he got kicked off the Jamaica team. They may say whatever they want to call it, but he got kicked off the Jamaica team for the same thing because he wanted them to release him from the Jamaica team so he could go play cricket in the US.
Wow.
And they said, no, you're not batting good. You need to get some batting practice here for the 50 overs competition coming up. And they didn't release him. And he says, well, forget this. And he went and he's making his money in the States, but he's just not on the Jamaica team now.
Wow. Campbell, I understand, is back. He got his band reduced.
Yeah, so that's another
He's back
strange one.
as Jamaica captain.
So he came back like 2 months ago,
Mhm.
and you know where he went first. He went to the US and make some money. He was out for 2 years, and then he came and I think he played one practice game or two the most, and they made him captain. So he hadn't played for 2 years. He's just come back, and he's only played in the States really, and one practice game in Jamaica. And he's captain, but they wanted Bonner to be captain. Blackwood is there, and I think I don't know what Blackwood is up to. So they wanted Bonner, and he decided he wants the money. So
Hmm.
now Cam is the captain, which
I,
could be a good thing. Maybe he's come back refreshed or whatever. But for somebody out of the game for such a long time, I think
I was
maybe difficult.
surprised. I was surprised that they made him captain. I didn't have any problem with him coming back in the team,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Neither did I.
but to put him as captain, I was really
They
surprised.
had really little choice because they wanted somebody with experience. Yeah? So they have Kurt McKenzie, they have Nkrumah Bonner, they
Hmm.
have Blackwood and Campbell. And Bonner took himself out. For some reason, Blackwood probably don't want the stress of being captain, and it sounds like he wasn't a good captain anyway. And yeah, it ended up being Campbell. Kurt McKenzie, I guess, is not ready for that type of
Not ready
stuff.
for that, yeah.
So they had a little young kid, I think Brad Barnes, I think his name was, that they were thinking of, but they probably realized that he's just too young to manage these veterans. So they gave it to Campbell. It's a gamble. Um, I trust Robert Haynes. I've known him since high school, so
Hmm.
I know he's a smart guy. So I'm pretty sure he knows what he's doing, but I think it's a little of a gamble here.
And I think yeah, Morgan is also one of the selectors, right? Delroy
He's the
Morgan,
chief selector. Yeah,
chief selector. So yeah, I just wish them the best. I hope Campbell can come back and do well. It's been a
I
long
really hope so.
way.
I like him as a batsman, so I'm hoping that
Yes.
I wouldn't say that he got wrongly charged, but I'm on the borderline with that one. I think it was sometimes the cricketers don't understand what the track and field people go through, and he
Hmm.
was just a little lax, and yeah, he got caught.
Yeah, he got caught, and that's hey, you know, you got to pay the price. Only in tennis you don't pay the
And
price.
only in tennis, so you got to be like Sinner.
Yeah, you gotta You're good at blaming somebody else, and it works.
Exactly. And get away with that.
Yeah. So just wanted to end up on the cricket with the USA hosting some ODIs. They played Scotland yesterday. Not a good day for USA.
Okay.
And they got bowled out for 144, and Scotland 145 for 1 in 24 0.5 overs. And it costs, I think, from what I understand, it cost the coach his job,
Yeah.
the USA coach.
Unfortunate. Yeah, unfortunate, but true.
Yeah, but he signed a 3-year contract, and you're out after 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that he never showed up at all, in their opinion.
Well, they did well in the World Cup, but
They did.
yeah. But then there's talk about this was a lot of talk about discrimination and stuff, and that Stuart Law is now out
Okay.
as a coach, and there's a lot of discussions. There are people in the U.S. I watched looked at some platforms, social media platforms, and they said it favors a certain demographic, and it's a move to change the whole look of the team and have
Yeah.
this one type of player, one race of players in the
Yeah,
team
it's on the
eventually.
team.
And yeah, so
Not
like
good.
it's not very good. What you can see right now is that there is at least well, I know that at the moment, unfortunately, I must call it as I see it. There's no black players on the U.S. team in this 50 over team, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Which is a little surprising.
it's surprised because Taylor, a guy like Taylor, you would think would who
Would
was
be there.
he got out because he was injured, but then you thought he's now fit, he'll come back in.
Come back in. Yeah. Yeah.
And not Johnson, Aaron Jones,
Jones. Yeah.
he's back now, and he's not in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's just surprising, but
It is. It is.
after one game, he's Stuart is gone, and the assistant coach is now taking over.
Taken over
Yeah,
temporarily.
yeah. So and last week I got a surprise actually because Phil Simmons is now the new head coach of Bangladesh.
He knows how to get around.
Yeah, he does. And
He was in Afghanistan, the US, I mean, the West Indies, Ireland. I think he's all over the
yeah, he
place.
was Island as well. Yeah, so
Yeah,
yeah,
he knows how to get around.
definitely.
Smart man.
Yeah, well, that's it for me for crickets. Unless you have anything you
We
want
had
to
a couple of questions about cricket. So
add.
they've now said West Indies players can now be selected to play in any format without playing in the corresponding domestic format. So what do you think about that? I mean, it was a big rule that they made change that
I
you
think
have to play domestic.
it did. That's what kept Desmond Haynes out from not playing for West Indies.
Yes,
Because they said he didn't play domestic. He missed one
exactly.
domestic match, and he just said he had to play the full series.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
I think actually I was having this debate with some of the group that I'm in, one of the WhatsApp group chats I'm in,
Yeah,
and one guy actually ended it by saying, "Why are you guys wasting time? The players who they're talking about, Puran and the Russells and stuff, they'll never make themselves available.
available anyway.
So unless it's a World Cup, so that's a non-starter. They will not make themselves available.
That is true. That is a good point.
Yeah. So, but I don't believe that's the right way to go because I don't think you can just go play T20s all and then go into Test cricket.
That's cricket. It makes.
Yeah.
How
So
does how will the selector make that decision now?
now, how do you make that decision? Because because it's hope he might just go and play. No, I don't agree with that. Or a Puran.
Poor Randy.
I don't think that is the same. The mindset to playing Test cricket is totally different.
Totally different. Totally different. But
It's like asking Usain Bolt to go and run a 10,000 meter.
exactly. And
Yeah,
say, yeah, you're a good sprinter. You can stretch your legs and make it.
yeah.
No, that's not how it works.
No, that's not how it works. Yeah. So.
No. I had one more thing for cricket.
Hmm.
Not controversial for me, but maybe for you. So the executive director of the Cricket Hall of Fame, Michael Chambers, strongly, and I say strongly, believes that the only person with the capacity to revive Jamaican West Indies cricket is former West Indies cricket president Dave Cameron.
Oh,
So
wow.
what do you, where do you sit on that one?
I honestly believe Dave has some good intentions and Dave can do something well. People, he's got his attitude. He's Dave is just who he is.
Yeah,
He's got
yeah.
his attitude, but he did some good things.
He did
And
a lot of good things actually.
yeah, so I think he's somebody. I don't believe this current crop know that they can revive the
I don't
cricket.
think they've figured it out. I don't even think they're
I don't
trying
think
to
so.
figure it out.
No, because I what I see from this new group is that it's almost like in politics they see to a thing that it's young people's time.
Tha-
So just put in all young people, but they don't have the experience
They
and the
don't, and
understanding.
they already understanding. You
Yeah,
know?
understanding to do it right. So, because what you see from what I can see in cricket West Indies, and that's why you see such a move of saying you can play at any format and play for West Indies. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't agree with that move. But yeah, I think Dave Cameron coming back would not be a bad idea.
And you know what? It's unfortunate that he wouldn't get a chance, but I mean, as this Chambers guy said, he was going for ICC, and all the other regions supported him except his own country.
Except West Indies, yes.
What is that?
Yeah, they don't want him in the West Indies. Like, but
Wow.
yeah, but
They hate him that much, but I know he has a little attitude sometimes, and
he does. But sometimes to get things done, you have to.
you need that.
Yeah,
But I think he should have dealt with
the
the
India thing is
seniors as I call them,
yeah,
better.
yeah. I think India, especially what happened in India, actually was a big blow against them.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what everybody remembers him by.
Not good.
Unfortunately, yeah,
I want him to make a comeback though. I
yeah.
really
I
do.
don't know what he's doing now. He's very quiet. Even on social media, I don't see him. So
I think he's a sports consultant. I think he's into like golf and some other stuff in Jamaica right now. But
yes,
smart guy, so he'll figure out what he's gonna
you
do to make a
figure out
comeback.
for sure, definitely.
I think so. Oh boy, yeah, that is it for me from cricket.
Yeah, that's it for me for cricket too. So we can get into some track and field. And one of the things I saw in track and field, right, and you maybe gonna have it on you to talk about is was what's his name?
No,
Not
lie.
not Noah Lyles, former Jamaican sprinter, saying he could have gone much faster. Um,
Asafa or Johan Blake?
Blake, sorry, yes, Blake.
Yeah, yeah,
He said he could have gone much faster, and his coach almost kind of implying that his coach held him back a bit in the 200 meters.
yeah. Uh, it's always tricky because I don't know if it's a message to the coach or whatever, but I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm 100% with him for that. I
Hmm.
mean, the 100 meters is very, very different than the 200 meters. Total different training regime. The 100 meters is extremely technical. The 200 meters is a lot less technical. You have a lot more time to make mistakes and fix it. But you train for the 100 meters and you stretch out to the 200 meters unless you are one of the stronger types who do it the other way around. So I don't know.
He
Um,
thinks that he is the best 200-meter sprinter ever. So he,
he could run a good four, but yeah, you know what?
he
It's a
was a good
controversial topic, but
he was a good sprinter for sure in his prime.
oh yeah,
I
oh
mean,
yeah,
he has the second fastest time, right? I think
yes, yes, in both. So
in
yeah,
both.
no, he's there. Um, he struggled with the corner,
Mm,
which was part of the problem. And when he got a good corner, that wasn't as sharp as the others. He ran that 1926, but I there's this long, and I don't know why he just doesn't leave it alone. But yeah, people are saying he wasn't the favorite, so he
right.
got overlooked, or they made sure that he didn't win and all of that stuff. And I don't see that in Mr. Mills. I mean, I've known Mr. Mills pretty much all my life, and I don't think he would have done that.
That's what I thought too. I didn't say I don't know him, but just from things that I've seen him do, I didn't think that he
Yeah,
will favor anybody over one over next. But
I know it was a big thing in the camp
mhm,
because it was like, okay, he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it, and people talk all sort of things that that's why Bolt picked, and but Bolt was worried, and it made Bolt train harder. That's all it did.
right.
It made him more serious. So it was a good thing for Bolt, and I don't think it was someone being held back. I think Bolt just put in more work because he knew he had good competition right beside him every day.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah,
That
but sometimes, I guess athletes sometimes they reflect and they go and do interviews and they say things that they believe that.
yeah, you know what? Sometimes it's the people you have around you,
Yes, true.
and a lot of times, they're, as they would say in Jamaica, people that boots you up.
Yeah.
So I think I think if he felt that way, he should probably keep it in his circle. But it's an unfortunate look because they had a fairly decent relationship, and I don't think
Hmm.
he should send it down the tubes like this.
Yes. I was thinking the same thing too, but
Yeah,
yeah, he's probably just reflecting and just said something. That yeah, I'm
yeah.
sure
Well,
that.
I've heard him say it, so I know where he's coming from, and people believe that it's true.
Hmm.
And I personally don't believe it's true, but I believe yeah, he probably could have gone a little faster, and he probably could have made a difference the way Bolt did. But
Right.
I think Bolt had a natural talent, the natural ability to do this. He's an exceptional human being, and he found a way to make his talent show when it needed to show. And it wasn't just about winning races and running fast times. He was unbeatable, and he was a champion of the highest caliber.
Mm.
So yeah, it's hard to see otherwise, but I get what he's saying because he was close.
Yes, for sure.
He was definitely close. And I mean, I remember I sat in that stadium that day and watched him beat Bolt at the Jamaica trials. And the heavy rumor was Bolt went over to him and said, "Don't let that happen again." And I don't know how true that is, but that's the heavy rumor.
Wow.
So, but then the Bolt trained
Harder.
very hard to make sure it didn't happen again.
Yeah.
So, oh boy, but yeah, that's always an ongoing topic, which you're gonna have people on both sides of that one.
For sure. For sure. In sports, though, you'll always get those things.
For sure, for sure, for sure. So talking a little bit about, well, since we're talking about Glenn Mills, he's now worried, he said, that there are structural problems with the Jamaican sprinting right now
Hmm.
that would lead them to continue and repeat the disappointments of Paris. So both Stephen Francis and Glenn Mills, the two biggest coaches in Jamaica, are telling the J3As something needs to change. If not, you guys are going to be in trouble. All these medals that you've been winning, it's not going to happen again. Remember, we only got one medal in the sprints this time in Jamaica
Yes.
at the Olympics. And I mean, it could have been a gold, but it was only one. So I don't know. When a big man is like these are setting warnings, I think people need to take heed and do something because the whole of Jamaica is behind the track and field, as you know. It's the culture there, it's how they live there. So if they keep disappointing, I don't know what's going to happen. Because they're going to eventually start taking it out on the athletes, and it may show in the fan support. So, and the corporate support as well. So they have to be very careful what they're doing here.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen because Jamaica have some very good sprinters. So
They
whatever
do.
they need to do to help them, I think that I think
Yeah.
they have to work on it. But if you have top coaches saying these things, you have to take a note
Take it
and
in.
take it
Yeah,
seriously.
the athletes are a little more arrogant these days and know it all, and the approach and attitude it's different, right? The hunger that I saw just doesn't seem to be there, right? Like I look back a few years ago and see somebody like Warren Ware who would do anything,
Hmm.
work as hard as possible to be there. I think he fell over some of the times when he's done running. He wanted
Right.
it. You're not seeing that so much. Everything just seems to be okay. You know, I call it the Anna Nothing generation where winning
Hmm.
doesn't mean as much as it is supposed to. So
Wow.
let's see if they train harder. Let's see if they take it more serious. And the talent is there, the coaches are there, the environment is there. They just need to put in the work to get it all done. And Elaine is going back to MVP, so let's see if that's going to be a difference. But sometimes you need to have a superstar in your camps doing well again. I mean, Shelley was sick and Elaine was out, and so
Yeah.
maybe that's what was missing. I don't know. On the men's side, they seem to be coming up, but again, they have a little work to do. So it's going to be interesting to see. But an interesting thought coming from both Ben Mills and Stephen Francis that structural problems are there and it needs to be fixed.
Yeah, yeah, they need to listen to them and fix whatever they have to, because
They,
sprinting, the other Caribbean islands are catching up too.
they,
So,
yeah, there you go. And they're not. They have no shame in coming to Jamaica to learn from the
right,
Jamaicans,
Jamaicans,
and they're
exactly.
doing well with that. So you know what? They need to fix something fast. So let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. A quick chat about the Commonwealth Games. So
Mm,
when you look at the Commonwealth Games, it's going to be 2026.
that's right.
Finally, finally, the Glasgow said they're going to do it.
Yeah,
But now you look at it, they won't have any diving, no
exactly.
rugby, no squash, no
No,
badminton, no hockey, no triathlon, no cricket.
no
All of
cricket.
that is gone. Table tennis, all gone. Ingleton. It's
Yeah,
like
it's
it's a
about,
watered down game.
it is watered down, and it's probably just to have it, because it's not gonna last.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think Commonwealth Games gonna last.
It doesn't look so at all. I mean, this guy wrote an article saying it is unwanted, it is unloved, and it's cutting sports adrift. So the
Yeah,
Commonwealth Games is on borrowed time, and I tend to agree with him.
I tend to agree too, because there's the top athletes don't even go to there, and you're
No
not
one
seeing.
cares.
Yeah, no one cares about Commonwealth Games. So yeah, I think yeah, it's just they're happy to have it in Glasgow, but to cut all these different sports.
Sports out of it. I mean, that's like eight sports that I just named. That's ridiculous.
And yeah, I had the list sent to me, but it is a long list.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, it's
Ridiculous.
ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. So a quick chat about Julian Alfred. She had a remarkable year, as you know.
Hmm.
She continued when she won two awards at the inaugural Caribbean and NACOC sports ceremony. She was named Caribbean Female Sports Personality of the Year, and she shared the Breakthrough Award with Dominica's Thea Lafon. So I think she's going to win a lot in terms of the award series this year. Not sure though she's going to win the big one because the nominees for the 2024 Women's Track Athlete of the Year have been named now. Julian Alfred, as mentioned, Beatrice Shebet, who won the Olympic 5 and 10,000 meters. She has a 10,000 meter world record. Faith Kipyegon,
Yeah.
Olympic 1,500 meter champion and the world record holder. Sydney McLaughlin, Olympic 400 meter hurlers and world record holder champ. So, she's going up against these people. Paulino from the Dominican Republic, she's the 400 meter and Diamond League 400 champion. And Gabby Thomas. So she's going up against all these people in England. I don't know what your thoughts are. Do you think she could cop this one?
I don't know. I'm actually Sydney is my favorite in that one,
Ah,
because she kept breaking record after.
world record.
Yeah.
You know what,
The only
though?
thing I might think is that she didn't run enough.
There you go. And that's the only reason I want to give it to her. You can't have somebody athlete of the year that only runs 4 times a year. That doesn't make
Right.
any sense
So
to
that's the
me.
only thing. So Julian, if you take into consideration all that Julian did, indoor, college, etc., I mean,
Yeah.
definitely, the Olympics was really amazing. So
And she's world indoor 60 meter champion. So she has titles and all of that now. So
yeah,
I don't know. I think Shibet from Kenya, the Olympic 5,000, 10,000 meter champion and 10,000 world record holder, has a really good shot because that's two that she won at the Olympics and she's a world record holder. So, I mean, Julian Alfred doesn't have a world record
she doesn't
and she
have
only
one.
won one title at the Olympics. So
That's true.
it's going to be tricky. I mean, Sydney had the 4x4 along with the 400 hurdles and the world record, but I don't know. It's going to be tight. I don't think Gabby can do it. I mean, she's
No,
Olympic 200 champion, but and she won 3 golds, but I don't know. I think Shibet has a great chance. I mean, Kipiegon is one of my favorites always. And Sydney, yeah, we got to give Sydney her due. I mean, the times that she runs is just so next level. It's unbelievable. So definitely interested to see how that one is going to work out. We also have some other things going on here for these young people getting engaging. I don't know. Maybe it's the time. It's the season.
no, yeah,
So we got now a lad proposing to Janelle Bromfield. So they've gone through a lot and they've gotten engaged. So now, lads,
yeah, they did.
congratulations to him and Chanel. They are now engaged and
Yeah.
looking to get married. But he wasn't alone because Ryan Krauser, the shot put champion, he also got
Hmm.
engaged. And the
Oh,
one that the
okay.
Plantis also got engaged. So it's a
Wow.
seasoning. It's a season. I
It's
don't
just
know. These young kids,
track is over, so now they have time.
they have time to get
Oh,
married and all of that stuff. So it's going to
yeah.
be interesting to see how that works out. And the final one I'm going to talk about quickly is Alison Felix. Now, she has launched a woman focused sports management firm. So a little unique. As a sports management firm, you want to manage the best athletes you can find, but she's
Hmm.
only going to be focused on women. I don't. The women's sports is on the rise. I mean, I watched like the Liberty winning the WNBA and all of that, and it's exciting times for women's sports. But I'm not sure if a women-focused sports management firm is something that is, I
It's
don't know, the best way to
something
go.
she seems to be doing because even when she launched her footwear line, it
Yes,
was
it
just
was
women.
just women, yeah, and she
It's
had a nursery at the Olympic Village. So
yeah,
yeah, she's doing a lot of good stuff. Don't get me wrong. And you
yeah.
know what? No, I guess this is her brand. It's gonna be women focused, whatever she
Maybe she
does, and
decided that's going to be her brand. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, and it's not a bad thing from that perspective. And
and
I'm sure she'll be successful because she knows women's sports really well. She's gonna do it with
mhm,
her brother, who used to manage her. So wish them
yeah.
all the best. I mean, she's a fantastic athlete, a fantastic human being, and now she's a fantastic entrepreneur.
Yes, we just have to wish her all the best. Yeah.
For sure, for sure. Anything else you want to talk on track?
No, I think that's it. We're actually coming close to the end of our time,
Yep.
so
So I
we
think
can
we're going to
just
run away. Just quickly in
quickly in football.
football,
Yeah.
we will say that the Canadian men's soccer team, they have now moved to number 35 in the
Hmm.
latest FIFA World Rankings. And Lionel Messi, he had a hat trick to lead Inter Miami, who was the worst team in the league before he joined, to the best record in MLS history. So that's the greatness of Lionel Messi.
Is it the greatness of Valencia or shows the weakness of the league?
Good point. Good point.
But no, it's a greatness. Messi is actually one of the great players. But when you put a guy like Messi in that league, could you
Yeah.
imagine if an Mbappe or somebody goes to that level?
Oh God, they'd have to
That's
shut down
gonna
the
be
place.
crazy. Yes. So, but anyway, he's doing good things in Miami for sure.
Absolutely great things. Absolutely great things. All right, that's it.
All right, that's it for us. Thanks for listening to another edition of the England Roger Sports Hour on Love the Afrobeats Music Talk Radio. Have a good weekend. Be safe and be good.
Be good all. See you next week.